Well done.
Well done. The bridesmaids. The bridesmaids. To the bridesmaids. Robin Etheridge, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, well this time.
He said Robin, I said.
Bride and bridegroom, parents of the bride and bridegroom, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for the best man, Duncan Billson! Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. First off, I'd like to raise a toast.
Hey! Spiffy!
They do say that the secret into making a good best man speech is to make it last as long as the groom does to make love, so thank you. Family and friends, I would like to say ladies and gentlemen, but I happen to know better. It's been such an exciting day so far that I'm speechless, which is probably good news for all of you. I think you all know me, but those of you who don't, my name is Duncan, I'm Robert's best man. Robert, I hope you made the most of your speech. Now that you're a married man, that should be the last 3 minutes you get to speak without being interrupted.
Rough.
Thank you.
Rough.
Now this is only going to be a short speech. This was only going to be a short speech because of my throat. Lisa's threatened to cut it if I go on too long. You know, it said that being asked to be a best man is like making love to the Queen. It's a great honour, but you don't really want to do it. I'm sure you'll all agree that Lisa looks stunning. She's done well. I didn't know they had a wedding section in Mataland. Thanks for coming, Lisa. It's a shame that Robert had to come straight from work, but he still looks good as a chauffeur. Apparently he did put a quote in for the wedding card, but it was too expensive. Okay, a bit of housekeeping. I've been told no swearing, but Rob's a big fan of the C word. As his close mates will know, so let's get out of the way so we can relax in the knowledge that I'm not going to say this again. Ready? Chelsea! He's a big Chelsea fan. Shame really, he's a nice bloke. As best man, I've been given some duties to perform. Firstly, I like to see that angry ex-girlfriends are kept at bay. Thankfully, the foot and mouth epidemic saw most of them off. And any survivors are out celebrating as we speak. Secondly, on behalf of the bridesmaids, I'd like to thank Robert for his kind words. I have to agree they look absolutely wonderful and have done an excellent job this afternoon in getting Lisa ready and onto the church in time. From what I hear, she put up quite a fight. A round of applause, please, for the bridesmaids. Lastly, and this is a long one, I had a set of instructions emailed from Lisa that would help the day run smoothly. Do not get drunk. Do not use bad language. Do not tell dirty jokes. Do not sing. Do not let Robert sing. Do not let Rob talk a lot. Do not mention Rob's little problem. Do not let Rob drink wine, and do not let Rob drink Jack Daniels. And do not let Rob drink full stop. She goes on to mention a list of acceptable duties, but sorry Lisa, I draw the line at putting Vaseline on Rob's ring. As part of my research, I discovered that according to tradition, I'm supposed to sing the groom's praises and tell you about all his many good points. Well, I'm very sorry I can't sing, and as a good policeman I won't lie. Okay, a little bit about the groom. 18th of September 1972, Robert arrives. Difficult, I know, for you to imagine, but he was not the prettiest child. In fact, I heard that the midwife slapped his parents. His mum only started morning sickness after he was born. In fact, he was nearly called Thursday Etheridge. His dad took one look at him and said, "Listen, love, I think we should call it a day." As he grew up, things didn't improve much, and friends were hard to come by. By the time he was 6, his dad had taken to tying a bone around his neck just to get the dog to play with him. Rob was a stunt man at the age of 6. His dad took him swimming to the old Edmonton Green swimming pool. Sitting on the side, Robert decided to remove his armbands and place them on his feet. When his dad wasn't looking, he jumped in, going upside down. When his dad turned back round, Rob's dad was standing there admiring and clapping, thinking that Rob was performing handstands in the 6-foot end. Luckily, there was an alert lifeguard on duty. There was another time Robert decided to stick the wire of the sills to the top of a loaf of bread into the plug socket and turn it on just to make his hair stand up and get a new hairstyle. Rob's nearly ended up in hospital many times, but we only have one day to discuss all his accidents that he's had. Anyway, I think it's about time I said something nice about him. Rob was once described as annoying and argumentative, but his mum should know that. To set the record straight, here's a short anecdote that reveals the caring, sharing side of Rob. The background to the story is that Rob wanted to impress Lisa on their first Christmas together. He decides on a pair of gloves, but when he's paying, he bumps into Carol, a friend of Lisa's, who's buying some sexy knickers. They get chatting at the till and the assistant serves them together, gift wrapping their respective purchases. Needless to say, mixing them up. So Rob wanders off with a gift wrapped pair of knickers, thinking they are gloves. Here's a little letter he wrote, posted to Lisa with the gift. Dear Lisa, I chose these because I noticed that you were not in the habit of wearing any when we was out on our first evening together.
Oh, he's laughing.
If it had not been for Carol, I would have chosen the long ones with buttons. But she wears short ones, which are easier to remove. These are a delicate shade, but the lady I bought them from showed me the pair she was wearing for the past weeks, and they are hardly marked at all. I had her try yours on and she looked great. I wish I were there to put them on the first time, as no doubt other hands will come into contact with them before I have a chance to see you at the weekend. When you take them off, remember to blow in them before putting them away, as they will be a little bit damp from wearing. Just think how many times I will kiss them during the coming year. I hope you will be wearing them Friday night. All my love, Rob. Kiss, 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 kiss. P.S. According to the Sunday Times fashion supplement, the latest style is to wear them folded down with a little fur showing. Yeah. Now Lisa's a beautiful, smart, fun-loving and caring young woman. She really deserves a great husband. Thank God she married you before she found one. I spoke to both Rob and Lisa before the wedding and asked Rob what he was looking for in marriage. He said, love, happiness and a big family. When I asked Lisa, she said a chrome toilet roll holder for the new bathroom. Nearly finished now. On behalf of the bride and groom, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who has travelled a long way to be here for today. It's amazing how far people will travel for a free meal. On a personal note, I'm really honoured to have been asked to be the best man, as I've known Robert for many years now, and I see him as my little brother. We've had many laughs throughout the years, also many great holidays. It was only the other week at Rob's stag night that Rob's dad found out what was really making that noise when we were all in bed in Tenerife.
What was it?
I think it was someone's penis on their stomach.